Hey guys, it's
Tick.
and Tack.
Welcome back to Pikmin 4.
Yeah, buddy, where I continue to read off magical cards that nobody cares about.
I know there's a couple flip cards. There's only like two of them.
Yeah.
One turns into Polychronos, the Engine of Ruin, and the other turns into a fucked up dinosaur that's super brokey.
The fucked up dinosaur.
Dude, it's so broken. It's whenever you find the battle, that's one of the flip cards, and that's the card I'm talking about.
Okay.
So,
Let's see. Grokmaw Skyclave Ravager. It has battle with 3 plus those counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a plus one counter on it, put a plus one counter on it. Okay. When he dies, create an XX black and green Hydra creature token where X is the number of plus one counters on it. Cool. So when he dies, he just basically creates another one of him. And calls it.
too bad it's not a copy.
Oh well, yeah. Then it would just be infinite.
Yeah. Which is why it would be dope.
Sprouting Python blah blah blah. Defender. Whenever it is dealt damage, you may put a token into play that's a copy of it. Okay. That's kinda cool. These dudes. Look at them. Being all fat and frog-like. Oh god! Alright. Kindred Summons. Choose a creature type. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creatures of the chosen type, where X is the number of creatures you control of that type. Put those cards on the battlefield, then shuffle the rest of the revealed cards into your library. That's good. That's not bad. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. And especially if I have something that makes them come out with like actual life instead of zeros, like most Hydras do.
Yeah. That's real good. They'll come out alive, and you get access to their abilities if you have any.
Yeah.
Ochi, no!
It's okay.
Alright, Timeless Lotus. It enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it, add 1 mana of every color. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Polucranos World Eater. That means, that's funny, because that means literally
the World Eater. I think that's the one that flips to the Engine of Ruin.
Potentially. But, like, this one's funny because it literally, like, the Timeless Lotus, if you have the other ones out, you can literally just tap this one to play a whole ass card.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, Polar World Eater.
It's not even the only card that does that.
It's got Monstrosity. Wow, pay 4, you get a 5/5. Damn. Because monstrous, deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Your opponent's... each of those creatures dealt damage equal to its power through this guy. It deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures your opponents control. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its power to him.
So it fights all of those creatures.
Yeah, it basically fights all those creatures. But ideally, you monstrous it a lot.
So he's fucking huge and he can just wipe out an army.
Yeah, he can take out a bunch of dudes. Apocalypse Hydra. Apocalypse Hydra comes into play with X plus plus counters on it. If X is 5 or more, it comes into play with an additional X plus plus. Damn, that's pretty good. So if you can dump 7 mana into this creature, total.
He comes in as a 6/6.
No, it comes out as bigger because it doubles it.
Oh.
So if you can deal, you pay the two original, the red and green,
the normal amount,
and if you can pay 5, like other mana into it, then it'll come out with 10 plus 1 because it would come out with under that it would be like 4. It would just come out 4. But anything you spend 5 or more, it gives X plus 1 counters.
Oh, okay.
So it doubles the amount.
All right. I didn't hear you apparently.
Because if X is 5 or more, it comes into play with an additional X plus 1 counters.
Yeah.
So literally, if you can dump 5 into that card, it comes out as a 10/10, which is pretty freaking good.
For 7?
Yeah, for 7 mana, it comes out as a 10/10. But then it's also got pay 2, remove a plus 1 counter from it. It deals 1 damage to any target, creature or player. So that's just a funny card.
But also, he's just a big dude.
He's just a big guy.
Yeah.
Because then every mana you pay after that just is 2 plus 1 counters additional. So you pay 8, and now he's a 12/12.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. Gold Vein Hydra Vigilance. Trample, haste. Has battle explosive encounters on it. When it dies, create a number of tapped creature tokens equal to its power. Damn. Moral Fun, the Boundless. Changeling. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Spells of the chosen type you cast cost one of each color less to cast, so 5. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you play. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1.
You know what I think that means?
Yeah.
I could cast him for free.
Who?
Whoever it is.
This guy's pay 7.
Like
versus-
any, whatever the, like how is it reducing colored mana, right?
Oh, it's only doing when he enters the battlefield.
Yeah,
So
when he does it, I could cast him theoretically for free. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, his ability is only when he's on the field and of the chosen creature type that you choose after he enters the field.
Okay, so I can cast other ones.
Yeah, other ones. So
But that's the point.
Yeah, he enters.
Is I can make them cast for that,
Yeah.
and then pay it with nothing.
Basically, so like what this is, so like with this guy, right? With if you chose human wizard or human,
Yeah.
right? This guy here, you'd only have to pay the one colorless to cast him, because he would make it the
But-
red, blue, and white go away.
Yeah, but if I made his colorless cost a blue and a green as well instead of one colorless, and then getting a 5-drop, he'd cast for free.
What do you mean?
So, because it replaces the mana cost, right? There's abilities where it's like you pay one of each color
Okay. Yeah.
instead of the mana cost. You make it cast for 5 instead of 4, but it's free now. You don't have to pay the 1.
As soon as you cast, this was. Yeah. If you so like with the wizard,
Yeah.
with the wizard specifically,
Yeah.
if you could literally cast spells for free.
Well,
the
and there are
chosen type.
2 other ones too.
That do
that
what this
do.
guy does, or this guy?
What that guy does.
Oh yeah, what this guy does. There's
So-
lots of those in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, yeah, if you have him out and you choose, like, I don't know, whatever spells you think would benefit from that the most,
Presumably my Hydras.
presumably, but that would mean that literally every time you went to cast a Hydra, it would cost you 0
Yeah. And then I could just pay the
additional.
did. But like most of them,
Well-
it's like it'll cost like 1 and then the X because it changes
Yeah.
the actual mana cost.
Yeah, so like
So the X would be removed.
But so if you choose Hydra though, like this one, yeah, you have 1 green mana you'd have to pay, but with that one, you didn't have to pay that green one. You can just put the X, which is whatever you want, like however
Yeah,
much.
right.
So you basically, but that works with like.
Or like
ones-
1 extra because it's sometimes 2 green.
Yeah, so like this Hydra,
Like, yeah.
this one, the one that doubles when it after
Yeah.
5. You skip the 2
And
so-
just pay the X.
and just pay the X,
Yeah.
and then you get to have like, you save mana and you can use that towards making him way bigger
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like
But
near infinitely larger.
yeah, it depends. I'm not entirely sure if Hydras would be the best use for his ability.
Well, Hydras are the only thing in the deck.
You're
So-
right. You're right.
Like, there's a few, there's
Yeah.
some wizards, and then there's the Dryad.
So okay, so the one thing though that I have to wonder about, so it makes it cost 1 of each color less, but I think it means that literally. So if a card costs more than 1 of those colors, it can only remove 1 of those.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So it has
is
2
if-
green, it can only remove 1 of those green.
Yeah, if it has 2 green, it's 1 green and an X.
Yeah.
Which, like, a lot of Hydras are like that, but that's still not a huge deal.
It's not.
Like, that is not a deal breaker on that card.
No, because like with this one right here, it would literally knock 2 mana off of it
Yeah.
for free, just
Making
for
it
nothing.
a 3. But,
Yeah.
again, with a lot of those other cards, it's
Yeah.
just a free drop now.
It's just it's pretty good because you
Yeah.
do because with cards with that card specifically actually that I just showed you, because its ability doesn't have an X in the cost. Yeah, you just use the thing to change the cost of it to 1 of each color,
Yeah.
and then cast it for free because of his ability.
That's the kind of interactions I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
You get a lot of good.
I don't even
Hydras
have
out
to
for
get
free.
it, like, even most of the time.
No.
Just,
If you get it every other time, dude.
right?
fucking-
If I get it every 3rd game, even. it would be more than worth it.
What are you doing over there? Oh, you went in there and you stole my photo? Okay, well thank you, everything. Yeah, that's pretty good combo.
Yeah, man.
It's worth it.
I saw it. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, no,
That's like super broken.
Yeah, that's casting shit for free territory right there.
Which is what we're in the business of doing.
Of course.
Like,
Nothing like having to pay nothing to cast something.
yeah, exactly, man.
Alright, Necromantic or Mantic summons. Put target creature card from a graveyard on a battlefield under your control. If there are 2 or more instant and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, that creature enters the battlefield with 2 additional +1. Cool, so you can either steal your own creature or somebody else's, which could be useful.
Yeah, more likely mine would be more useful to me.
It depends on whatever they have.
Yeah, it depends on situations and stuff like that.
Because, like, obviously, if they have, like, a creature that gives all of your creatures some sort of buff that you wouldn't have access to otherwise.
Right. I'd always
like,
look,
like
but,
flying.
like, I think very often it would just be like, I'll just take it.
Yeah, well, yeah, very often. But, if their creature had, like, all your creatures have flying.
Right. All white creatures have flying.
Yeah, or some shit like that. Or all
White creatures have vigilance.
or all something, all your creatures have some sort of thing. Then
I considered for a long time just putting a Chroma's Memorial with me.
was that one do again?
It gives protection from black and red, flying, haste, trample, and indestructible. And it's a 7-drop.
Damn. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So I thought long and hard about it. I'm like, I don't need a Chroma's Memorial. It'd be very nice to have, but it's not a necessary thing.
Right. That's fair.
So,
Alright, let's see. So, his pass. Sigarda's summons. Creatures you control with positive counters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, have flying, and are angels in addition to their other types. So,
but it changes their base power.
Yeah.
So my 0/0s wouldn't die.
you're right. They wouldn't die, and they would gain those additional 4, attack and defense on top of the counters they already have.
Right.
So if they've
If
got,
I can give them counters, like,
well,
because
yeah.
they might be like fresh from the graveyard or something. Like,
You're right. But either way, it's all up there.
yeah.
Scavenge-born Hydra. Double strike, enters the battle with explosive counters on it. Pay 2, put a +1 counter on it. Active ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. That's pretty good. Colonian Hydra. Trample, enters the battle with 4 +1 counters on it. Whenever it attacks, double the number of +1 counters on each creature you control. That's the shit that fucks stuff up. Because you just attack with it once, and then say you have the 10/10 guy, or a few guys like that, and now they're all just double that. Just like, holy fuck. Even if he dies, even if he doesn't survive the attack, you infinitely grew stronger because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking wild. Summoner's Egg, Imprint. Comes into play, you may remove a card from your hand, card in your hand, from the game face down. When it's put into a graveyard from play, turn the imprinted face down card face up. If that card is a creature card, you may put it in play under your control. It's pretty good. Nice little 0/4 blocker boy with basically play a big boy for way cheaper. Urza Saga. Gain Urza Saga 1, tap for colorless. 2, it gains pay 2, tap it, create a 1/1 or 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1 for each artifact you control, and then 3, search your library for an additional card with mana cost 0 or 1. Put it onto the battlefield neutral.
It's mostly for helping me pull out anyway.
Yeah. Gives you an additional one for that. And it also gives you, free mana since it's a 0 drop.
Yep.
So,
Because it's a land.
yeah, you get... It's a lot, yeah. Because you
It's
get...
an enchantment.
You get a little thing going on there. Benevolent Hydra. Enters battle with X +1 counters on it. If one or more +1 counters would be put on another creature you control, that many +1 counters are put on it instead. So you just get additional for fun. Tap it, remove a +1 counter from it, put a +1 counter on another target creature you control. It's so fun. What a silly little boy. Rampant Rejuvenator. Enters battlefield with 2 +1 counters on it. When it dies, search your library for up to 2 X basic land cards. where X is his power. Put them on the battlefield. Oh, so his ability doesn't do anything. Well, he seems pointless, Brady.
What does he do?
He enters with 2 +1 counters on him, and when he dies, you get to search your library for basic land cards equal to his power, and put him on the battlefield. But you don't have any basic land, so he just kind of comes out as a 2/2, and that's about it. That's all he does.
That other one that's behind
Yeah, something a little better.
Yeah.
That's all he does. Hooded Hydra. Enters battlefield with +1 counters on it. When he dies, put a 1/1 green snake creature token on the battlefield for each +1 counter on it. Morph 5. As a turn face up, put 5 +1 counters on it. Alright, let's see. Reflecting Pool. Add 1 mana to your mana pool of any type of land you control can produce. Is he a 0? This is just a land, yeah. Indatha Triumph. And a battlefield top. That's a one. Bloom Tender. For each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color to your mana pool. That's
So
good.
up to 5.
Yeah, up to 5. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, I didn't even count that in my mana count.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He's really good actually. Because if you play him and you have a creature out with 2 or 3 even colors on him,
Yeah, that's
he
3
taps
mana.
for 3 mana.
Yeah, and if I already
pretty good.
have my Progenitus out, that's all 5 right there.
Yeah, he taps for literally 1 of each color.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Chromatic Orrery. May spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Add 5 colorless. Pay
So
5.
1 of each color.
Yeah.
That's what that translates to.
Yeah, you may spend mana as though yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. 5, pay mana, pay 5, tap it, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. That's really funny. That's so funny. Invasion of Ikoria. As a siege enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When it's defeated, exile it, then cast its transfer. Enters battlefield, search your library and or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle, and then I'm assuming once it's destroyed, you can flip it over and it becomes, you can cast it for this and it becomes a creature with reach, and for each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Does that just mean if it attacks, then...
And it's for each non-human creature.
Yeah, so if you're
so if I swing out with 4 20/20s, you just die.
Yeah, but like I block it, quote unquote, and then that card just says you can decide to not let it be blocked, basically, and it just deals damage wherever it wants.
Well, and the goal there would be straight up just have something big enough for trample at that point to just stomp it out and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, pretty much you gotta destroy it, right? Because it's only got 6 health.
Yeah.
So it's really not that hard to get to, depending on who you gave it to.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The Goose Mother. Flying. The Goose Mother enters the battlefield with X plus + counters on it. When it enters the battlefield, create half X food tokens, rounded up. When it attacks, you may sacrifice a food. If you do, draw a card. That's pretty good. And it's got flying. That's good. A flying Hydra.
That's a cool Hydra. I like the art on it.
It is pretty
It's
good.
really good.
Some snazzy art.
Excuse me.
Alright, Rolesque Apex Hybrid. Flying Trample. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 + counters on another target creature you control. When it dies, proliferate, then proliferate again. That's good. So you do have it.
I have 1 card that does it.
You do have a proliferating. Choose any number of permanents and or players and give them each a counter of each kind already there. Then do it again. So you can basically give, is it any? Yeah, all your creatures 2 additional + counters. if they already have. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. When he dies, specifically. But he'll die. Polucranos Reborn. Reach. Pay 7 mana. Transform it. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. And he transforms into Bitch Boy with Reach, Lifelink, and whenever Engine of Ruin or another non-token Hydra you control dies, create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with Reach, and a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with Lifelink. That's super fun. So you lose 1 Hydra and you get 2 3/3s. 1 with Reach, 1 with Lifelink. Get out of here, you Hydra, you. Alright. Genesis Hydra. Whenever you catch Genesis Hydra, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle the rest in your library. Genesis Hydra enters the battlefield with X plus 1. That's pretty good. Fabro Elder. Vigilance. He has +1 for each color among permanents you control. Okay, alright. For each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. Okay. Alright, extra mana. Extra mana. Zexara the Exemplary. It's a Nightmare Hydra. Death Touch. Add 2 mana of any 1 color. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, create a 0/0 green Hydra creature, then put X to 0. That's super fun. That's awesome. That means you just play a Hydra, and then you basically get another Hydra. That's just a basic bitch Hydra. But he can be pretty fucking big.
That's what's up, dude.
That's awesome. Garruk's Uprising. Enters the battlefield. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. Nice. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Damn. He's going to be drawing your cards quick.
That is the ideal.
That is what we're looking for.
Basically what I signed up for, exactly.
That's all you need. Alright. Summon Undead. You may mill 3 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad. Sparrow's Headquarters. That's it. Agatha's Soul Cold.
She just pronounced Agatha as Agatha's.
Yeah. Agatha. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures with you control with +1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with this card. Tap it, exile target card from your graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put +1 counter on target creature. Huh. Huh. That seems kind of broken. That's really good.
And then I could give it, like, Hero's Bane, his activated ability. Or Primordial Hydra's activated ability.
Yeah, if they're dead already. Yeah. But it says any card at all. So it could literally be artifacts. It could be enchantments. Mm-hmm. So all your creatures are +1 counters. Like, say you have an enchantment. Like, there's the one enchantment in the Squirrel deck where if it has 5 counters on it, then all your creatures get +5/+5.
Yeah.
That means if every one of your, like, +1, your Hydras has that ability, then all your Hydras would get +5/+5 for each Hydra you have that has that ability.
That particular card, the only problem with it is it only works for squirrels.
No, there's a card that doesn't with non-squirrels.
I know there is, but like that particular card in the squirrel deck only does squirrels.
Well, it doesn't,
unfortunately.
Well, it doesn't matter because there's literally a card that does the exact same thing for any creature. So it doesn't really matter. But the point is, you have that card, and then all your creatures just get like plus like 30 plus 30, which would be fucking bananas, by the way. But it does it with every card that you exile with this. So it could be more than one of those cards.
Yeah.
It could be that card, but it could be like a card that just gives all your creatures like hexproof or something. Or
It has to be an
indestructible.
activated ability.
It has to be
But
an activated ability?
that's what it says.
Is it what it says?
It says all activated abilities.
When the creature card is accidentally put a postal counter on chart. Okay. Creatures you control with this have all activated abilities of all creature cards except. Oh. Damn.
But an activated ability like, say, Colonian Hydras, or friggin' some other ones, Primordial Hydra.
Yeah, Primordial
Imagine
Hydra
if
would be
every
fucked up.
single +1/+1 counter person had Colonian Hydra's ability.
Dude, it'd be fucked.
Yeah.
You do use it like one time, and then like insanity with it. It would just be endless at that point. That's crazy.
I have 30 seconds to get this 30 gold over there. Oof.
Hydra Broodmaster. Monstrosity becomes monstrous. Put XXX green Hydra creature tokens on the battlefield. Smothering Type. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a colorless treasure artifact creature token with sacrifice this artifact and automatically go. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty good. Hydra's Growth. Oh yeah, Hydra's
Yeah,
Growth.
I love Hydra's
It's
growth.
so good. Enchant creature. Enters battlefield, put postal counter on enchanted creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of postal counters on enchanted creature.
Yeah, I like to put that one on a Primordial Hydra,
Yeah.
because then it doubles and then doubles again.
It's freaking wild.
It's so disrespectful.
He gets impossibly big. But impossibly
It's
big.
so fast, too. Because he goes from a 1/1 to a 2/2, and then
4/4.
4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, then
Yeah.
like
yeah.
128.
Yeah, it gets wild.
It happens
Leyline,
so fast.
Leyline of Guild Pact. If it is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the field. Each non-land permanent you control is all colors. Lands you control are every basic land type in addition to other types.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a good one to start your game with.
Yeah.
Zaitora's Proving Ground. That's just a land. Nature's Lore. Search your library for any forest and put it directly into play. This does not count towards your one land turn per turn limit. Reshuffle your library afterwards. Nice. That's all of them, boys.
Not many people would actually assume that they would count against your land.
Well, not anymore, but
Yeah.
that card's obviously very old. So it's probably a pretty new concept that you could just pull lands from your library and just play them out as additional lands.
But how did people ever feel about that one card?
I don't know.
Like Evolving Wilds. Or Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah, but I
right?
don't know. Was
Like-
that card back like then? There back then?
Yeah.
The same time as that card?
Those cards were old too.
I mean, they might be old, but they might
Pretty-
not be as old as that one.
I think they are.
I don't know, man.
Because it's you tap your one land you just played that turn to sacrifice it and fetch a land from your library.
I don't know.
Neither do I definitively.
I don't know if it did come out. I don't know if it's that old. I don't know. Have you won yet? Have you beaten the game yet?
I beat that guy's challenge.
Are you close?
You close? You close?
Are you? Are you? Gonna play the Hydras at some point.
Yeah.
Gonna kick
Preferably tonight at some point.
Gonna kick its ass with my goblins. Yeah, yeah.
Seems patently unfair.
Gonna beat it up super bad. Yeah, yeah.
We can end this one here.
Are you gonna make me?
You know what the real play is?
What?
Frickin' put Krenko in a tower, and then give him like something like indestructible or can't be sacrificed and that kind of thing. So he sits there forever. He's your commander, and he's just fucking completely totally worthless.
Just Jay chilling forever.
He just hangs out forever, and you just fucking stack a bunch of buffs on him that just do stupid shit.
Basically.
So you can't force sacrifice him and get rid of these enchantments.
It's so silly. Alright, well, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing.
Definitely go check out our other content.
Till next time, peace out.
Bye bye.